Hey guys, it's Mike with Kiss Dog Training. Welcome to my living room. Okay, so how many of you have the problem at home with dogs who bark at the front of your house as people walk by or as they're walking their dogs? We're probably having a lot more dogs in the neighborhood as it is. One of the things I've always talked to owners about doing is using wax paper and tape it up on your windows about halfway down so that you can have a visual block to make sure that the dogs don't see things. And a lot of times when they don't see things, they don't bark at them. If you use wax paper to begin with, you can kind of test the theory and see if it works. Today, what I'm going to do is I am going to semi-permanently fix my front door to where, from about halfway down, let's say from here down, it's going to be frosted. I'm going to do the same thing with these windows. We're probably about halfway down, they'll be frosted. The reason for halfway down is the dogs won't necessarily need the entire window tinted. At least that's going to be my theory at this point. I might go 2/3, just so if they're standing on the couch or something, they can still not see things. The two products that I'm going to use today, one is a paint, Rust-Oleum. It's kind of a frosted paint. That's what I'm going to use on the front door so that we can kind of get an idea how this works. And the other is a cling that you can buy at Home Depot also. Along with the cling, I went ahead and I bought this fun little application kit because it has the cool little spatula so we can get the bubbles out. So that is going to be my project for today. We're all stuck at home. If you got this problem, stay tuned. You're going to get to see how well it works here at my house. You guys have a great day. Okay, we are starting this little process with the front door. You're going to need a couple of different things. Let me show you kind of what I've started out with here. If you look right here, we have painter's tape, we have a level, we have our paint, we have the ever-present lint roller, that's not part of the project, and we have dry erase markers, okay? If you look here at the window, you can see that I have a nice straight line for the paint. The next step will be me taking the painter's tape and taping up the window so that I can paint. So that'll be the next thing that you see. Okay, so now we have a taped window. Nice straight line at the top. Now we go to reading the instructions on the can of paint. Number one, this paint is going to need mineral spirits or it is going to need paint thinner to remove. So this is a pretty permanent adhesion process. You are using a piece of glass, which in theory means it should be able to just with a razor blade scrape off. I don't plan on not using this process after a period of time, so I'm not too concerned with that. But if you are, one thing I would recommend is maybe finding a piece of glass, something like this, doing a test run and seeing if you can scrape it off after it's dried. But if you come back again a little bit, you're going to find a tinted window. And so far, I don't think I have more than about, I'd say 15-20 minutes in prep time. So let's see how long the next process takes. Okay, so we have the first coat on, and the instructions say to give 5 to 10 minutes dry time. And this is what we've got after the first coat. Looking at that, I'm kind of assuming that I'm going to want probably 2 to 3 coats so that it is a good frost that they can't necessarily see out of, but that I can still get some sunlight through. So again, after one coat, this is where we're at. Come back later, we'll maybe have a finished product. Okay, so we have 4 coats. I think I'm going to put one more coat on. I have made sure to put the coats on very lightly so that you're building the coat up. I would hate to see what this would look like if it ran. But at this point, this is where we're at. And we're getting pretty close to a nice frosted glass that if I bend down here and look, I can't really see what's going on in the front yard, which is exactly what I want. I want to see a dog laying right here enjoying the sunshine, but not barking 24/7 whenever they see anything. So let's wait for one more coat. I'll pull the tape, and then we'll move on to those big windows over there with a different process. We'll see you guys later. Okay, first project is done. We used the Rust-Oleum tinted glass right here. probably backwards in the video, but it says frosted glass. I'm pretty happy. I think reapplications will be pretty easy. It's just a tape job and touching it back up. It went really quick from beginning to end. I was maybe an hour into the project. Okay, so tried to do one of the panes of glass with the window tint. And I'm just going to be honest with you. If you're trying to do the entire window, I could see this being a really easy thing because you don't have to be perfect. You just get it up there, you trim it, and you're done. But if you're trying to do kind of what I am, which is the bottom half of the window, leaving the top half even and have nice straight cuts and such, I think it's way too difficult. Okay, guys, about 3 hours into the project, and keep in mind I did spend about 30 minutes realizing that when you're trying to do half a window, 2/3 of a window with the adhesive stick-on stuff, it was a pain in the butt. I think it would be really easy if you were trying to do an entire window where you could just trim around the edges, but trying to have a straight line across the top was really difficult because I'm only doing 2/3 of a window or half of a window, which I'll show you here in a minute. I use the Rust-Oleum product. It's a spray-on paint. As